Welcome to Computer Specialist YouTube repair channel. Today we had a customer who brought in an HP 14-CB174WM. On these models, if you have an HP 14-CB172, etc., they should be all the same. Usually the numbers after the CB. So this basically came in. It's got a cracked screen. You know, customer was aware of it. Sometimes they're not. As you can see, I'll fire it up. I know it's gonna be hard to see with the glare, but if you see that white triangle right here, so that's basically a crack. These lines all through here. I know it's hard with our new lighting in here, but up here you see it's miscolored, all that. So basically that's a simple one. So what we want to do is we want to power it down. Hold the button in, because at this point this one's so bad, hold the button down for about 8 seconds. That'll shut it off. On this model, every laptop has a different procedure, and some are similar. But on this one, you don't have to take any of the bottom part off. You can actually get to it with basically into it with no screws, and get the screen out with 4 screws. This is not a touch screen. It's a basic 14-inch screen. I'll explain it to you as I'm going by. So the first thing you need to have is basically plastic. If you have a guitar pick, if you're watching this video and you're not really a repair person, you're looking up this video and stumble upon it, and I've seen people do it. I've even done it before with a business card, or what I would prefer is like a playing deck. That you play cards with, like ace of spades, etc. That works good. The idea here is that you want something soft, plastic. You don't want to use a screwdriver. You don't want to use something like this with a flat head. You'll scratch it up, you'll break stuff, and it would work, but cosmetically it's gonna do it. So, but basically what you want to do is, if you look on these, there's a small little area right here. So this basically just splits off. So usually the rule of thumb with this is, I like to start in the corner, right around here, and you want to kind of just feel, and if it doesn't go, like as it's going right there, if you see it doesn't go, just keep going around, and you don't want to force it. There should be something open, but as I just moved it, slightly around the corner, as you can see, it went in there. And what you want to do is, at this point, you want to get plastic in here and wiggle back and forth this way. There's little clips in there, and the whole goal here is you want to try to get these clips popping out as you can hear it. You don't want to break them. So a lot of people have, they stick it down there and they want to slide it, and you don't want to do it. Basically what I want to do is you want to get there. Once you get it pretty far off, it's good to get it with your fingers, and help it. Still using the plastic thing, but you're still helping it, and you go along there. And basically at this point you can lean it back, and you can work it with your fingers. You want to wiggle the entire time. You don't want to. You try not to break these clips. You can technically break them a little bit in there. If you get to an area, like sometimes, and it hasn't happened yet, but I'm just going to show you in case it happens to you. If you get to an area where it's like really, really stuck right here, you can go from this side, and you want to try to avoid hitting the screen itself, but you can get at an angle, and you want to, as you're doing it, work it down. And as you can see, actually this is good because that's happening. So when I got here, same thing. So wiggle, wiggle. And like I said, this model has no screws at all holding on there. So now you want to do the 3 sides and get to the bottom. So now the bottom's where you want to get the bottom corners here, and then the bottom's going to be now most of the time this model especially, there's a strip of double-sided tape along the bottom here. So what you want to do here is you want to get the pick inside there, and you want to basically go up and down and see if you can like get the tape loosened. I can actually feel it's going right there, so I'm gonna just keep going on there. As long as you're doing it, not too rough, and you're going on there. There's no cables inside on this. Once again, I like to stress this model. If you're watching this video and you're trying to do the other one, be careful. Find the video for your model, because there's could be a cable inside there, touchscreen connector, etc. But for the most part, got those off. And once again, you want to basically go in here now and keep pulling off. There's snaps down on the bottom also that hold this this piece on here too. So I'm going to show you something, and this one I think is going to come off without it, but what I'm going to show you, if you get a model and you're doing everything right and you get to here and basically it's not coming off, there's a good chance that this is the problem right here. So along the line here, this splits off. So it's just like the screen, you know, it continues down on the bottom of it. So this could be really rough trying to get off. I think with mine, if I would have just kept going, it was going to pull off. But I want to show you what happens if that happens. Basically, it's the same thing. You want to try to get the plastic in here, and basically you want to get it in there, and this should also pull up. Now, what will happen? These are strong on here, so I suggest, you know, and I want to show you that in case, you know, yours doesn't come off. But this one should pretty much, you know, pull. I can feel it. See it pull, and you pull it forward, and then there's a lift out. And I'm going to show you. All right, so now it's out, and as you can see, I'll go along the line here. So here's the double-sided tape, like I said, that was on the bottom. So to show you what we were actually doing, we had it inside here, and we were going down on there. So people that are new, once again, looking at it, say, what is this? There's a magnet. Well, this magnet actually is used so when the screen shuts, there's a switch right here to let the laptop know it's shut, to put the laptop to sleep. So once again, every machine's different where that magnet is. Some don't use magnets. So on this model, as you can see, there was no tape on here. There's just a protection here. These are the clips. And like I said, I know it's hard. Probably let's do this. I'll probably get there, so there with the white background will be better. So on here, the clips. So I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna basically show you. So as you can see, the clips here. So those were the clips that were wiggling loose. So these go and they snap on to the screen. Like I said, every laptop pretty much has a similar setup. But you know, for this one, that's how it comes off. This was the part right here that we were talking about. So to see is half of this we're on the right. So if you get it half off or something like that, you flip it up like I had on there and go there. So now what you want to do with this, you want to put it off to the side. The good thing is, you know, you don't necessarily need the double sided tape, but this came off pretty good where it would go back on. If you want to do it, you know, really nice, and you're one of those people that want to put it back to like OEM thing or even better, like I said, I recommend if you know it's real thin double sided tape. You can take that off with the plastic pick or alcohol pad. Get that off. Once again, use plastic. Don't try not to use a screwdriver to scuff it all up. Understand? And you can actually tape all the way around. So if you want to make it, you know, so it's like looks good. Like I said, I don't recommend it. This model sits on pretty good. It's not gonna waterproof. You know, some people are like, oh, do that in case the water gets in there. That's not gonna help. But like I said, if you want to do it, you just want to avoid putting any double-sided tape over here. Naturally, that's where the camera goes through. You know, also I think there's a mic on this one. Yeah, mic hole right here. So you want to try to not put tape on there. And you want to try to avoid any of these clips so you don't get there. But at this point, we're gonna put this off to the side, and we're gonna show you on here. So I'm gonna lay this down, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna actually show you on here. So basically on this model, this is the top left screw on there. So you have this screw which holds the hinge on right here, and then you have this screw that holds the screen on. This screw you do not have to take off. So you're going to take the screen one, and you can see this is a plate on here, plate for the thing. So you're going to take this screw off. So as you can see, you're going to take that screw off. You're going to leave the other one in. You don't need to take that out. On the bottom, there's screws. I highly suggest, once again, why you have this apart. There's a screw here too for the hinge. This was very loose. If you just saw it, did almost two full turns. Tweak these, you know, snug them in. Don't do them too hard. They're very fragile. But you know, take apart. There's a lot of from the movement on there. But the only screw you need to take out to take this screen apart is right here. Once again, on the tab, and then that's a pilot hole, which helps you line up the plastic piece. So here we're going to take it out on that screw. You're going to follow suit with the other side. Once again, this hinge screw right here, we're going to, for the back of the Let's tighten it up. That was loose again. Both of these are loose. So, and then the only screw you're gonna take, exact same as the other side. Those screws that we tighten up, if the customer or if it's your laptop and you notice there was a little play in the screen, that's what will show. But the main reason why is it fixes the play in the screen. But you also, if these get loose, they will break. They will break the plastic and cause you a lot of. We have some other videos of that, and so not something you want to do unless you have to naturally. So once again, you know, on this model, that's the hinge. We're leaving the hinges in on this. We're just replacing the screen. Okay, so there you have it. You're gonna end up with 4 screws, and so now we're gonna go back, and basically at this point, you use your plastic thing, your finger, whatever, but you want to get something behind the bracket, and the screen is just gonna lift out. And what I like to do is lift it straight down onto the keyboard. So we're going to zoom in again. So the only thing you have is on this model is one wire going to the actual screen. So I'll give you a quick rundown here. So basically this is a standard screen. These, when you look them up, they'll say 30 pin, 40 pin. This is a 30 pin. I just know by looking at it, but if you physically want to count those little pins right inside there, that's where it gets its name from. So I'm going to show you a little bit about finding the model, but first, you know, what you want to do is you want to put this piece of plastic holding this LCD cable. You want to pry this back. This is on here because it's holding this on. Back in the day, you know, when I used to do these, they didn't always have this, and we would, you know, sometimes the screen wouldn't work, and we would open up the screen, and this cable would just rock out crooked, and you know, just from use and long term. So you know, somewhere along the line, someone got smart and did that. Once again, you want to take something plastic, you know, get under there. Once you get under a little bit, you can grab it with your finger and just peel it back slowly. You know, you want to try to attack the glue, you know, the tape on there, and you want because you're gonna have to put this back in. Once you get it right here, now this on here, this will pull out. Just to show you, this model doesn't have it, but there are models where there's a metal clip that holds it in. You know, I've done a lot of these CBs and I've never seen one, but you know, give you that rundown in case you're doing a similar model of an HP and maybe it has that. But once you have it there, this should pull out towards the screen side, you know, and as you see, it should slide out, and there you have it. That should come out easy. If it's fighting you, check. There could be residue. There could be that metal clip. There could be other stuff. So at this point, you know, got the wire off, got the screen. All right, so now what you're gonna want to do, you see this model number, and I'm gonna spin it around. So that model number right there is the screen. So this is BOE. That's the make of this. But that model, NT140WHM-N31. So if you look that up, eBay, Amazon, you know, that'll get you your model that you can look for. You're gonna want to check that number. Right now, screens are kind of pricey, so so I suggest you look up that number. You know, people say, should I get a brand new screen? I go with what's cheapest. You could get a used screen, and you might have a little surface scuffs on there, no different than what you had. But I prefer to go with a used, genuine screen. And there's some companies out there making the screens, and I just don't trust them. And so, yeah. But that's one model you want to look at. You know, so go see what the cheapest you can get in that. You know, used or new. You know, jot it down. Over here, you got an HP model number. These are standard in all basically HP products. So you know, that number represents like you know, the internal number to this machine. So on this one, it's 847-664-005. So if you throw that number in, you sometimes you catch people listing one. If you put that in and it comes up as an HP 14 dash, you know, totally different model number, but it has this same number, it will work. You know, they use it for multiple, you know, laptops and stuff like that. But just double check, you know, and when I say double check, what you want to do is you want to go and you want to look at the layout. So I'm gonna back this out a little bit. So you got these tabs here. So you want to make sure that the one on eBay or Amazon or wherever you may find it, and there's, I keep saying eBay and Amazon, but there's a lot of websites. You want to make sure they have these tabs. You also want to make sure it's 30 pin right here. And if you look at it, using a picture, you can tell, even if you're new to this, where it should be listed as a 30 pin. You want to make sure it has a 30 pin here. You want to make sure it has these tabs. And then you also want to make sure that it has the black cutout down here. Don't be alarmed. There's a little pot in here that is most likely for the voltage or the brightness on here. Don't be alarmed if it doesn't have this cutout right there. It might be slightly different, but for the most part, the 4 tabs, that and and there. So also, when you look up this number, it might not be a BOE, it might be a LG or something like that, model number. But that's what you're looking for. So you're looking for those 2 numbers. So with that being said, another common question we get asked, and you can see let me get the right angle. You can see the cracks. See it right there? So you can see it's like a river. So you can see the cracks in there. So this was sat on, I believe. So that's the screen. So with that being said, we're a repair shop. We've got screens laying around from machines we, parted out and stuff like that. So here we have it. And voila, we have a B140HAN01 screen, which we know will work in this because it is a 30 pin. It's got the tabs and it's the right resolution, all that. This is actually, believe it or not, a Dell screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on that to let you guys see that. So once again, people new to the computer repair or only do this on the side here and there. That Dell number where it says CN right there. The Dell number starts with the X. So it's X like X-ray, T like Tom, R like Ralph, Y like yellow, 9. So if you type that in, Dell, and that sequence right there, you'll come up with this. There, that's equivalent to there. I just noticed it's actually in big bold letters right there. Same thing. But so people using this video, you can look up that model. I suggest looking up all 3, whichever one's the cheapest, and make sure it has the other things in case somebody listed it wrong. It will work. Go with the cheaper one. Yes, we are putting a Dell screen into an HP, and it's not going to blow it up, and it will work fine. I'm doing it because this screen cost me nothing. Also on these areas, you see someone where they say do not touch. There's a reason. Very delicate. The ribbons are in there, stuff like that. So do not touch. If you touch it, it's not going to kill it if you touch it lightly. But there's a reason why they put that on there. So at this point, we're going to bring the laptop back, and we're going to set it down here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to do the reverse on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this screen, and I'm going to lay it down where we put it in. So now we want to go in and we want to do what we did before. So we're going to grab the tab right here, and we're going to put this and give yourself a little room, and you basically want to just line this up right there. And then when you get it to right where it's kind of lined up, you just want to pull it towards yourself. As you can see, that went in very simple, very easy. No gap, no nothing. If it goes in crooked, pull it back out and reset it. You want to also make sure a common thing, and I've done it before in the past, that this tab doesn't go on top of it. So like if it you want to make sure it's in here perfect, and you're not having anything bent up or anything like that. If you bent it up, just press it down with your finger, back it back out, put it back in. So the thing here is you get it here, you want to pull it snug towards you, and then you want to stretch this out, and then you want to just at this point lay this down. Now this particular model, and this happens a lot, and I don't know if I was the first one. There's a lot of, I was the first one to work on this. This customer was new to me, but the tape's not the best here. So what I recommend is go grab a Scotch tape or black electrical tape. So you don't find yourself having that issue. As you can see, if I run my finger across here, I can see it's peeling up already. So it's the glue didn't come off good, and that happens. And you could go get 3M professional double-sided tape, and really no need to. So I'm going to show you You know, I've been doing this for 20 years and never had a problem. Just grab a piece of, you know, black electrical tape. And basically what you want to do is you want to just set it on there, and you want to try to get the connector too, you know, and you want to run it across, and basically like that, and then lay it down, you know. And what's that? Like I said, what that's doing is it's stopping this from pulling out. So that's good on there. So now we're gonna lift this up. We're gonna put the screen back in. You want to make sure there's these little pilot holes right next to where the screw holes are on the top and bottom. So you want to get them in, as you can see here. So as you can see, it's not in right now. So you want to make sure you get those in. You want to make sure those get in. Sometimes these don't go in, like this particular one. It is up here, and that's just you know, a matter of just it being finicky. And if you mess around with it long enough, you'll get it to go in there and there. So what I like to do at this point is, before you put the screws in and everything back together, you know, make sure the wire is in here. And also important when that screen is going back in, where the wire goes in here, make sure it's not out on no clip. So as you can see inside there, so make sure it's not on top of that clip, because you gotta remember you're gonna be snapping that screen back on. So at this point, you turn the button on, and you know, when we turn it on, there's the HP sign. Like I said, with the glare, it'll be a little rough on you here, but so that's good already. So I can see the HP screen. I'm gonna let it boot up. You can see the Windows is loading. If you can see that right there, the circle spinning. So I got these nice LED light setup, you know, which is great for the camera, but for showing the displays is bad. But so there it is. As you can see, there's the Windows 10 login screen. There's the username, Primo Squash 296. Nice. And I'm gonna shut it down properly. And like I said, I just like to turn on like that, and just be careful that, you know, with her, just because, you know, if you didn't, maybe, you know, if it doesn't turn on, you know, pull that connector off, put it back on. You know, after the second time, I'd say you might have a bad screen. You know, you gotta make sure. If you stick with those model numbers, they should have no problem. So now, what you're gonna want to do is put the screws back in. Doesn't matter what order you want to do. You know, I start with the top, so that way, once that's in, you know, with the screen falling back out, but it's sit back. So now we're gonna go over here. Once again, if these pilot holes don't line up, you know, just press them in with your finger, but they should go in no problem. Another thing, you know, this one I noticed it didn't have it, but for, you know, people that are working on a laptop that was like sat on or step, these rails right here can be bent, stuff like that. So it's okay to bend them back a little bit, and you'll know when you're putting this together. And naturally, this one wouldn't do that. But for the most part, you know, if you see like a crack, like a hairline crack down here, or they're really, really bad, these have model numbers on them, or you can look them up by the 14-CB hinges. Replace them. They're very cheap, and even if you look, you know, you notice it right now, and you have to order it, you know, you can put it back together and just take it apart when the hinges come back in. But replace them, because if it breaks, it's gonna fall. The screen's gonna come out, and the cables can get ripped and all kinds of stuff, and it could cost you a lot more. And break out all kinds of stuff. Can break out the black, you know, plastic and everything. So these you want to put them in pretty snug. You know, you don't have to tighten them too crazy, but you want to put in there. The other screws should be tight from last time. All right, so now with this, I like to put the bottom in first. So you see where I was talking about there. So basically, just put that in, and you basically want to, you know, wiggle around and get it in. If you wanted to put the new tape in, now's the time to put the tape in on there. But once you get it in here, you know, you get that in here. So now I leave it in here loosely, and I make sure that this is in. You know, and I'm gonna put this back just to show you guys, but you can pull the screen forward a little bit to that. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it in here, and basically start with this corner. So I'm gonna clip right there, and then I'm gonna go up, and what you want to do here is, like I said, not too much force, and you just want to keep pressing. It should click in, and and you want to go. If it gets stuck, which there, once again, move it up and down. There's that. If you get to a point where it's very, very, you know, you're trying everything, you're wiggling it, and you're like, man, he did it so easy in that video. There's a chance that there could be a wire in the way, even though it came off right, and you maybe been the first person to work on it, and you know, every once in a while there could be a wireless wire or a camera wire in there. So you know, take it back off, and you know, you should check it prior. I should have probably told you that before you put it in there, which I kind of did, not knowingly. But you know, don't squeeze, you know, hard, because it should go on easy there. So like I said, so the goal here is you want to go around there, and you want to just keep moving, keep wiggling, clip, wiggle, clip, wiggle, clip, wiggle. All right, and then you can get down here. So then when you get down here, to show you, I'm gonna put it. So you basically have the bottom piece here, and you got, you know, there. So you want to push. Let me show you on there. You want to push here, and you want to push down on there, and then you want to wiggle here. So now this has clips too. All right, so they're here, and I can hear the actual original tape going on there. So now what'll happen is, now you're like on there, and you want to make sure. So now, once you get this all clipped, now make sure the key is to make sure the bottom's clipped. So pressing down here will clip that. You want to make sure there's no gap right here where the screen meets the bezel. So if there's a big gap or bubble, that means that you missed a clip up here. So then you want to go along here, and you want to kind of press the tape on. And these screens are pretty strong, so you know, you can give a little pressure on here as far as pressing it. But the whole goal here is you want to seat the tape right there, but you also want to make sure, once again, if there's a big clip or a big bezel or something like that, and you can't get in, back it back out enough to look in, or back it all the way out. You can never, you know, like I said, take it back out and put it in right. You don't want to break a clip. You don't want to, you know, squeeze a wire through our. So once you get it here, now what you want to do is you want to, you know, shut the screen, and you want to flip it up, and you want to make sure. And this is good to show you, because it happened on this. So if you look, basically right there, and just to show you right here, so there's a gap there, and then there's a gap here. So basically what you're doing there is, where that gap is, you're just taking your fingers, you're going to squeeze it, and you listen. There you go. Good. So you basically, this is the bottom side of the plastic piece we're on. We're going to go on this side, as you can see on this side. Also, see how it bezels around, and then there, and then if you look, so if you look right here, so what I'm going to zoom in. So if you look right here, yeah, see, this goes right in there, so that's a hole right there. So what you want to do is, like I said, you want to go and once again, I'll press. You want to set it down like this. I don't want to. There it goes. Here, clip, and you want to go. And basically, you want a nice sealed line on there, because if you don't, that'll pull out. But basically, that's that. Like I said, you didn't have to touch the bottom of this laptop. So now we're going to give it one last turn on. And there. So at this point, you know, you can physically look around the edge, you know, and go around here, make sure there's no line. And if there is, like I said, usually just a little bit of that, a little bit, you know, and wiggle, and click it in. And, you know, give it one last inspection and make sure there's no gaps around here. That's that. And then we turn it on, and you see an HP logo. There it is. Yep, there's our HP logo, and boots up. So there you have it. So that was a HP 14CB. You know, repaired for a customer. Customer will be happy. You know, they didn't have to go out and buy. I believe it was a kid's, the whole computer. But like I said, this will repair how to repair the screen on a HP 14-CB. This was a 174 WM, but as you see in the top of the description. So like always, sub to our channel. Give us good comments. Give us criticism. We like criticism. You know, I had a guy the other day say he didn't like the frame around the screen, so he said he didn't like this. I'll try to do this. He didn't like that green screen around there. So you know, I had a lot of people tell me they like it. They think it's cool. You know, friends and stuff that actually check out the YouTube channel. So you know, but hey, he says it's a little distracting, you know. So if I get enough of those, I'll take it, or maybe someone will give me advice, something better to do. We do put the model up here. Ironically, sometimes we shoot a video and get 5 minutes in and forget to change it from the last model. But we do that so people, you know, make sure they're working on the right laptop and they don't have to go check constantly in the comments and all that. But sub to our channel, leave us criticism. Like I said, we could take it. You know, I think I joke every time I say, just don't be mean, be nice about the criticism. And if there's anything you may want to see or something, if you have comments on trying to get these screens, we and you know, and you come in a jam where you can't find one, we don't sell too many screens because we use them more than we, you know, so we don't sell them. But you know, we can help you locate one, or if we have extra laying around at the time, we could you know, throw one on eBay for you. But if you need help with the getting the actual model numbers of references, you know, we keep a spreadsheet for that for our own purposes. So you know, that's why we were aware of the Dell model number there. But we can help you locate one, you know, and send like if there's any other, you know, bizarre things, you know, or maybe you want to, you know, not sure if it's the actual screen from the look of it. That's common with the cracks and all that, you know. A screen that doesn't have anything on it, you know, that's a whole different monster, because that could be, you know, not that. But like I said, sub us, leave us comments, and there you have it. And we'll see you in the next video. Everybody have a good day.